You're going to hear what may be the most shocking family scandal we've ever covered, so pay close attention. The woman at the center of one of the messiest custody disputes in town, Jasmine, has just dropped a bombshell that nobody anticipated. Are you prepared for this? She's asking Kirk for $300. Yes, her child's father. She will also finally quit claiming her own flesh and blood if he gives it to her. Hold on, what? Is this a joke? A terrible story twist on reality TV? Not at all. Folks, this is real life, and it's happening in front of our very eyes. In a move that has the entire community talking, Jasmine has determined that peace is truly worth $300. The drama is incredible. The web is blowing up. And you know what? Nobody knows how to respond, not even Kirk. But let's take a moment to recover. How did we arrive here? Furthermore, why would she ever assign a value to her own child? Keep an eye out because things are about to become crazy. What is her true motivation? Is there something more sinister going on behind the scenes, or is this just a desperate cry for cash? What we discovered about this perverse circumstance will astound you. You aren't prepared for the truth, so keep watching. Well, since this is more than a little drama, let's get right to the crux of the issue. The whole town is talking about how Jasmine has officially taken things to a whole new level. This custody dispute between Kirk and Jasmine has been nothing less than a spectacle for weeks. This $300 comes after the tension and the allegations. That's the cost she's paying to put an end to her battle for her child. And let's just say that it has raised one crucial question for everyone. What on earth is happening here? Here's the problem, though. Let's go back a bit. This back and forth between Jasmine and Kirk has been well known for some time. There has been a lot of back and forth over the last few months. Let's start with the accusations. You know, the rumors that Jasmine started the custody dispute. She is the one who filed the accusations against Kirk, saying he was unsuitable, but now she is abandoning him, and at a cost. Is peace the true goal here, or is there another reason for this odd demand? Kirk, however, has had a busy schedule. Fans applauded his efforts, and he stepped up, adopted a fatherly position, and even won some pity. They perceived him as the man attempting to treat this child fairly. And to be honest, many people thought that Jasmine's strategy would fail eventually, but it appears that Kirk is now in a difficult situation. Difficult situation? It's not just a small deal, the $300 offer. Particularly in light of the years of upheaval that have transpired, it is a slap in the face. Let's dissect this. Suddenly, Jasmine has offered to end her custody dispute if Kirk pays $300. You did indeed hear me. She is requesting $300 in exchange for leaving her own child. Is she acting appropriately, though? Or has she simply chosen to focus only on money, attempting to win this conflict on her own terms? This revelation was very unexpected. Additionally, you learn about the money scandals, side babies, and adultery from many in the music industry who have been moving shadily for years. The playbook for treachery on reality TV was essentially created by this man. But this is a whole new level of disaster, especially for Jock's wife, Kendra. Let's just assume that someone neglected to remove the texts, which is how DC learned about it. This is the aspect that will shake the industry as a whole, though. There may be others participating besides Kendra. Yes, there is more to this issue than you may realize. And you're going to have to settle down for this one after hearing what Mendy's just disclosed, sweetie. Keep an eye out because things are going to turn ugly soon. Oh, you believed that hip-hop and romantic turmoil had finally subsided. Baby, you need to reconsider because this issue has the potential to completely destroy the franchise. And believe me, you're not prepared for what's going to be revealed. Mendes just revealed something shocking. And by bombshell, I mean destruction on a nuclear scale. There are rumors circulating that Kirk Frost and Kendra Robinson had a covert affair. Not only are the receipts disorganized, but they also signal the end of their career. Who's leaking the information, you ask? That would be Mendes himself. Additionally, he's not holding back. Let's be honest now. For years, Kirk has been acting shadily. The financial scandals, the side babies, and the infidelity. The playbook for treachery on reality TV was essentially created by this man. But Jock's wife, Kendra. Oh my, this is quite messy. Let's just assume that someone neglected to remove the texts, which is how DC learned about it. This is the aspect that will shake the industry as a whole, though. There may be others participating besides Kendra. Yes, there is more to this issue than you may realize. And you're going to have to settle in for this one after hearing what Mandy's just disclosed, sweetie. The Love and Hip Hop reunion was the beginning of it all. This drama didn't appear overnight, so let's take a moment to go back in time. Believe me, it was already tumultuous before this bombshell was released, and it all began at the most recent Love and Hip Hop reunion tape. According to production-related sources, tensions were high right from the start. Given that they had been presenting a united face for months, it was already suspect that Kirk and Rasheeda arrived separately. Kendra and Jock arrived in the interim, but the vibe was, well, weird. Kendra's body language was screaming guilt, and Jock was strangely silent. But when Mandy's entered, the real drama began. Several insiders claim that Mendez had been keeping this information for weeks and had no intention of keeping it to himself any longer. "We need to talk." He moved directly to Kirk, leaned in and said, "And baby, that's when the cameras started rolling." Mandy's had apparently obtained some extremely private communications. And by sensitive, I mean sensitive enough to terminate a career. These weren't your typical friendly texts. Oh no, these were clear messages. Worst of all, they were between Kendra and Kirk. You are already aware of Kirk's past unethical actions. Do you recall the time he cheated on Rasheeda with Jasmine and had a whole baby as a result? That was messy enough to be sure, but this is just plain filthy. Sources with knowledge of the matter claim that Kirk and Kendra have been having an affair for more than 6 months. Oh, and the receipts are completely sealed. Of Cash App payments, late-night texts, and even some hotel bookings. It's true that Kirk wasn't exactly discreet. The moment when everything really went haywire. After the reunion tape was finished, that took place later that evening. According to sources, Mendez refrained from confronting Kirk directly until the cameras had stopped rolling. And, darling, Kirk's response was perfect. Kirk reportedly turned pale when Mendez showed him the receipts on his phone. He attempted to downplay it by claiming that there had been a misunderstanding. But honey, isn't that not taken seriously? As well as Kendra. Yes, Kendra was equally at fault when Mendez asked her directly, "Is this true?" Sis made no effort to refute it. Rather, she simply broke down in tears. However, as they say, tears of guilt do not imply innocence. This is where things become even messier, though. Because, oh, Jock wasn't present when this whole thing happened. And it was awful, honey, when he discovered it. Mendez allegedly informed Jock of everything over the phone that same evening. And Jock's response, total and utter anger. Insiders claim that Jock booked into a motel right away after leaving the home he shared with Kendra. Jock went straight to production the following morning and insisted that Kendra be taken off the stage. Here's the worst part, though. Kendra wasn't merely taken out by the producers. Additionally, Kirk was prohibited from filming, which is essentially hip-hop and love code for, "We're going to fire you." And Rasheeda was already halfway out the door, my dear. Rasheeda's response was chilly. As you are all now aware, Rasheeda is an expert at managing Kirk's mess, so let's move on to her. She didn't scream when she learned of the affair. She didn't cry. She simply gathered her belongings and departed. The very next morning, Rasheeda reportedly called her attorney and began the divorce petition procedure. She's not simply abandoning Kirk, honey. This is the part that Kirk didn't anticipate. Therefore, she intends to take everything with her. The majority of their companies are owned by Rasheeda. Rasheeda's name appears on the lease as Frost Bistro. Rasheeda's money is in the real estate empire as well as the Pressed Boutique. Yes, Rasheeda is the one who created it from the ground up, even though Kirk may have contributed to its funding. Additionally, Kirk has been spotted skulking with Kendra. Yes, Rasheeda is in complete control. But hold on, things get worse. Because Kendra, oh sis, is already taking action while Kirk is out here attempting to keep his marriage intact. Kendra allegedly has a lawyer already. Additionally, rumors have said that she intends to sue Jock for spousal support and alimony. Yes, honey, this is more than just a split. A full-scale legal battle is poised to break out. Jock too? Oh. This line will not be removed by Jock. Insiders report that Jock intends to sue Kendra in retaliation, alleging public humiliation and emotional suffering. And Kendra might lose more than just her place on Love and Hip Hop if that occurs. Sis could lose half of her possessions. This is the bit that will truly blow your mind, though. Kirk wasn't the only one, apparently. Kendra was skulking along. The streets are indeed speaking. Additionally, based on what I've heard, Kendra may have had another side story. Can you guess with whom the individual is associated? Menesis. Yes, you heard correctly. There may be more mess involved in this whole issue than meets the eye. And this issue is on the verge of going radioactive if what I'm hearing is accurate. And the repercussions are coming quickly, darling. Because rumors have it that Kirk and Kendra will be fired from the upcoming season by the Love and Hip Hop producers. Jock, on the other hand, is already preparing his retaliation, honey. and Rasheeda's sister is ready to leave with the largest divorce settlement in the history of hip-hop and romance. However, this is the section that will cause a complete meltdown on the internet. Kirk and Kendra appear to be together in a video, and it's all over if that footage leaks. And believe me, there is yet more to come. Let's now discuss how Kirk and Kendra's careers are on the verge of being destroyed by this fallout. Because, what will happen next? Oh, you underestimate how bad it is. Things are going to become real in part 2, so stay tuned. Oh, you believe that the drama was finished? You should reconsider, baby, since this scandal is only beginning. The Love and Hip Hop reunion was only the start of what was to come. The repercussions will soon be visible to us in real time. And let me tell you, neither Kirk nor Kendra nor Jock is looking good, because of the damage control measures used when Mendez revealed Kirk and Kendra's covert affair. They have been pitiful, my dear. Kirk is losing his mind. Kendra is in a panic. And Jock is out for blood. Oh, Jock. Additionally, it seems to me that the producers of Hip Hop and Love are already getting ready to make some significant cutbacks. By cuts, I mean that Kirk and Kendra will soon be fired. We shouldn't get ahead of ourselves, though. As Mendez revealed that bombshell, let me tell you what's been going on behind the scenes. It's untidy because of the way these folks have been moving. They are on the verge of losing everything, and it is desperate. Since Kirk is currently having a great time, let's start with him. Kirk reportedly went into full damage control mode after the reunion blew up. Insiders claim that Kirk was constantly phoning Rasheeda, leaving voicemails, sending texts, and even unexpectedly visiting her home. Rasheeda, however, was not having it. After the reconciliation, Rasheeda reportedly banned Kirk's number the very following day. Kirk, however, wasn't going to give up so easily because you don't just let your marriage fall apart without a fight when you've built your entire brand around it. Kirk apparently went directly to VH1 executives and pleaded with them to intervene. Kirk allegedly threatened to reveal the network's dark secrets if they dismissed him over the scandal. I'll translate that for you now. Kirk was essentially threatening to expose the covert producer deals, orchestrated battles, manipulated plots, and behind-the-scenes drama of Hip Hop and Love. However, this is where Kirk made a mistake. The network was unconcerned. Insiders claim that the executives had already decided on their course of action. Kirk was starting to become a liability, and they had finished tidying up Rasheeda's mess. After years of scandals, including infidelity, dubious financial dealings, and ongoing drama, and Kirk quickly changed tactics after seeing that his threats were ineffective. According to sources, Kirk attempted to shift the blame by telling filmmakers that Kendra had been the one who had been following him, and that he was merely attempting to provide assistance during her difficult marriage to Jock. Yes, this individual made a serious effort to portray himself as the victim. However, the leaked texts between Kirk and Kendra appear to be nasty, so the receipts don't lie, sweetheart. Hotel receipts, money transfers, and explicit texts are all examples of Kirk's lack of support. He was having a serious affair. Jock too? Oh, for a moment, Jock didn't believe it. Because Jock lost it when he realized Kirk was attempting to place the blame on Kendra. Sources familiar with the matter said that Jock showed up to Frost Bistro, the eatery that Kirk and Rasheeda co-own, and insisted on speaking with Kirk. Jock also lost his temper when Kirk attempted to dismiss him. In front of patrons and employees, witnesses claim that Jock got up in the center of the restaurant and began ranting at Kirk. Kirk, of course, tried to calm him down, but Jock was not listening. According to reports, Jock shouted, "You betrayed me. You betrayed Rasheeda. You betrayed this whole family. You think I'm going to let you walk away from this?" Jock allegedly promised Kirk that he would ensure he never again worked in Atlanta. And that's not a meaningless threat, given Jock's industry connections. This is where things get really nasty, so, Kendra, gosh. Sis wasn't even trying to deny it anymore. Kendra apparently attempted to speak with Rasheeda personally in order to resolve the matter. Additionally, Kendra came up to Rasheeda's residence without an invitation after she failed to respond. Rasheeda was not going to entertain it, as you are fully aware. According to the sources, Rasheeda slammed the door in Kendra's face after opening it and saying, "We don't have anything to talk about." Kendra didn't stop there, though. Later that evening, Kendra allegedly contacted Rasheeda, saying, "I didn't mean for this to happen." Rasheeda, smacked her with the most devastating reply. "You spoke to him with sincerity. Now don't pretend to be innocent." Here's the twist, though. Jock's faith may not be the only thing Kendra has to lose, because Kendra has been managing some of Kirk and Rasheeda's business affairs behind the scenes, according to some really trustworthy people. Additionally, Kendra can find herself drawn into a completely different fraud probe if Rasheeda chooses to take the matter to court. Yes, you heard correctly. This controversy also involves money. Kirk allegedly transferred funds from Bistro and their combined real estate holdings into a private account, which was overseen by Kendra, SS. The IRS is already posing questions, but I'm not claiming that Kendra was receiving a share of the income. Additionally, Kendra can face criminal penalties if Kirk is found guilty of financial wrongdoing. The aspect that will shock your mind, though, is that Kendra is now more concerned than simply about Jock and Rasheeda. It seems that Mendez has more to say. Mendez has reportedly been holding on to a few more receipts, and if he makes them public, things could get out of hand and become disastrous because rumors are circulating that Kendra wasn't Kirk's only sidekick, and that the other woman is linked to another well-known hip-hop artist and lover. Mendez allegedly has evidence that Kirk was also having an affair with a close friend or relative of Yandi, and if that is revealed, Yandi may wind up escalating this into a full-fledged hip-hop and love feud. Just to refresh your memory, Yandandi and Mendez have a troubled past of their own. Therefore, things will get ugly if Yandi discovers that Kirk was having an affair with someone in her social group. However, Jock is already preparing his next move, which is the portion that has everyone talking. Insiders claim that Jock has been discussing filming a sit-down with Kendra and Kirk with the producers of Love and Hip Hop. According to what I've been told, Jock intends to confront them on TV. And if it occurs, that show will have the highest rating in the history of hip-hop and love, my dear. Kirk, however, isn't prepared for that level of smoke. According to sources, Kirk has been discussing with his attorney the possibility of attempting to prevent the release of the video by issuing a cease and desist. Oh, but the producers aren't going anywhere. After all, turmoil is ultimately what makes love and hip-hop flourish, and this scandal is the largest they've experienced in a long time. According to rumors, Jock has already filed for legal separation from Kendra, so the fallout is just getting started. And Kendra might lose half of Jock's assets if that occurs. And Rasheeda is going to take Kirk's whole business with her, honey. Frost Bistro has left. The press boutique is no longer there. The empire of real estate is gone. Kirk isn't going down without a fight, I must say. Let me tell you something, though. It's not quite over yet. That video of Kirk and Kendra is about to be released, based on what I've been told. And Kirk's career isn't done if that occurs, sweetie. His entire life is on the verge of exploding. You're not prepared for what's going to happen next, I assure you. Oh, you believed that this drama was finished? This is hip-hop and love, baby. The drama never stops. Hold on tight, for part 3 is where things become real if you thought parts 1 and 2 were chaotic. Because the backlash is coming fast and hard now that the controversy is public. Kirk was about to lose everything. His business, his marriage, and perhaps even his independence. Jock and Rasheeda are engaged in a full-fledged court battle with Kendra. Her next big move is already being planned, sis, and Kirk won't like it, I promise you. However, the footage of Kirk, and Kendra that has everyone talking is available. And based on what I've been told, that video will be released any moment, and Kirk's reputation won't merely be destroyed if that occurs, sweetie. Everything in his life is about to fall apart. But before we do that, let me explain how Kirk, Kendra, and Jock's entire business is already being destroyed by the impact from this incident. Because the harm is far worse than anyone anticipated, I assure you. First of all, Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage is formally over. Following Mendesi's revelation of Kirk and Kendra's infidelity, Rasheeda promptly filed for divorce. When I say no time, I mean that the following morning, Rasheeda was in her lawyer's office carrying a folder full of proof. You are all aware that Rasheeda is not simply ignoring this with resentment. Oh no, sis is taking part of Kirk's empire with her. Because this is the problem. Although Kirk may believe he is the driving force behind their company's success, Rasheeda actually has the keys to everything. Rasheeda's name appears on the lease as Frost Bistro. Rasheeda's baby is the press boutique. Although Kirk may have made a financial investment, Rasheeda is the brand's spokesperson. Rasheeda has been managing the real estate investment since the beginning, my dear. Kirk therefore knew exactly what was going to happen when Rasheeda's attorney filed those divorce papers. And for him, baby, things don't seem good. Sources close to the matter claim that Rasheeda's attorney intends to make the claim that Kirk concealed his romance with Kendra by misusing shared business cash. Additionally, Kirk might have to give Rasheeda half of their company if that argument is upheld in court. Oh, and Kirk isn't doing well with it. After Rasheeda filed for divorce, Kirk apparently tried to get in touch with her, but she isn't returning his calls. Insiders claim that Kirk begged Rasheeda to give him another opportunity when he visited their home last week. And yes, Rasheeda quickly shut it down. Rasheeda slammed the door in Kirk's face after opening it, according to witnesses, and saying, "You didn't care about me when you were sneaking around with Kendra. Why should I care now?" However, Kirk is losing his career in addition to Rasheeda, because Kirk was summoned to a meeting by VH1 executives following the affair. Furthermore, I must say that the conversation was not amicable. According to sources, Kirk received an ultimatum from the network. Either go in silence or get the footage of him and Kendra together released. Kirk also folded. Insiders claim that Kirk consented to distance himself from hip-hop and love, which is essentially reality TV code for "you're fired, but we're letting you save face." However, Kirk's true motivation for leaving was to prevent a more significant scandal because, guess what? Oh, the IRS is now aware of the private account Kirk was using to transfer funds to Kendra. It seems that Rasheeda's legal team sent the IRS financial records when she filed for divorce. And the figures don't add up, honey. Kirk moved more than $250,000 from their corporate accounts to Kendra's personal account, according to court documents that were released. Oh, I see now that some of those transfers were classified as company expenses. Kirk may also face criminal prosecution for financial misappropriation and tax fraud now that the IRS is involved. But because Jock isn't putting up with this, it gets worse. Jock has formally filed for legal separation from Kendra now that the affair is public knowledge. According to what I've been told, Jock's attorney intends to sue Kendra for spousal support and emotional damages. Yes, you heard correctly. After all this, Kendra could have to pay Jock. Jock isn't only after Kendra, though. He's also coming for Kirk, oh no. Sources familiar with the matter claim that Jock is thinking of suing Kirk for emotional distress and breach of trust. And Kirk might have to pay Jock millions of dollars if the lawsuit is successful. Here's the twist, though. It seems like Kendra was playing tricks on more than just Kirk since, Mendez isn't finished talking yet. Some extremely close insiders claim that Nandi's has more receipts. Kendra wasn't only having sex with Kirk, based on what I've been told. She supposedly had a relationship with Yandi's cousin as well. Yes, you heard correctly. And Yandi is going to lose it if it is revealed, honey. Because if you know Yandandi, you are aware that she takes her family seriously. And it's over for Kendra if Yandi discovers that she was having an affair with a member of her family. Mendez as well. Oh, he's simply waiting for the ideal opportunity to dump those receipts. But because the streets are speaking, let's go back to that video. And it's real, based on what I've heard and the video showing Kirk and Kendra together. Sources claim that the video was shot in a posh Miami hotel. Furthermore, the video is more than just a casual talk. Oh no, Kirk and Kendra are purportedly seen in this video. Let's just say that they weren't discussing business. The source of the leak appears to be someone close to Jock, which makes sense given that Jock is not going to allow Kirk to get away with this. And it's over for Kirk if that tape comes out, honey. In addition to ruining his marriage to Rasheeda, which is, in all honesty, already over, it will also harm his chances of reviving his career. And the bit where everyone is gagging. The video is allegedly already in VH1, and Kirk's career isn't quite over if they choose to air it on the upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop. His entire existence is on the verge of disintegration. Rasheeda, my dear, you are going to leave this as the true victor, because Rasheeda intends to restart Press Boutique as a standalone brand after Kirk leaves the company. According to what I've been told, she is already in negotiations with significant investors to take the brand nationwide. Thus, Rasheeda is poised to become the next big business tycoon as Kirk sits there attempting to find out how to pay his legal bills. Oh, and Kendra is about to lose everything. But believe me, there is yet more to this tale. Since according to what I've been told, Mandy's intends to reveal yet another shocking detail regarding Kirk. And if that occurs, this will undoubtedly become the most significant controversy in the history of hip-hop and love, my dear. So pay attention because what's next? You're not prepared for this one, darling. What are your thoughts, then? Do you believe Kirk Frost will attempt a last-minute prank to try to rescue himself, or is he truly done for good? Rasheeda, what about her? Should she finally leave Kirk and steal all of his hard-earned money? Or ought she to make one final attempt at reconciliation? Not to mention Kendra. Do you think Jock will pardon her if that footage of her and Kirk actually surfaces? Or will a messy public divorce be the outcome of this? And how much do you think Kirk will lose financially if Jock does sue him? Because Kirk may be on the verge of complete financial collapse, baby, based on the current state of affairs. Let's also discuss Mendeces. Do you believe he has finished revealing Kirk? And is he holding on to further receipts that might expose the entire issue, Kendra? Are we going to witness a full-fledged hip-hop civil war and love war if Yandi gets involved? I'm sure you'll have some opinions on this, so please share your thoughts in the comments section. This scandal is far from ended, so please remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications. You already know that I'll be here with the exclusive breakdown if that video is released, and you won't want to miss it, I promise. Stay dirty, stay tuned, and keep in mind that the truth always comes out till the next time. Music. You thought Kirk Frost was done being dramatic? Think again, baby. Because Jasmine just revealed something that has the power to alter everything. And by bomb, I mean destruction on a nuclear scale. Rumor has it that Jasmine has evidence that Kirk is her child's father. And the receipts, oh honey, they're career-ending in addition to being messy. Let's be honest now. For years, Kirk has been acting shadily. At this point, lying, adultery, and having hidden babies are all essentially part of his brand. But because Jasmine isn't only talking, she may ruin his entire empire. She is bringing video proof, leaked messages, and DNA testing. Video evidence indeed. Why now then is the true question. Why is Jasmine finally making the decision to reveal Kirk's dark secrets? More significantly, how is Rasheeda responding to this? Because Kirk has been attempting to conceal this for months, based on what I've heard. But the truth is out, darling. And Kirk is about to lose everything. Oh. Keep your eyes on the ball, because what Jasmine just disclosed is going to rock the business as a whole. And believe me when I say that you are not prepared for what follows. If you thought Kirk Frost was over his infidelity, you're in for another surprise. Because Kirk's entire life could be destroyed by Jasmine's bomb, which she just dropped. And by bomb, I don't mean some nebulous rumor or disparaging comment on social media. No, Jasmine had receipts with her. I'm referring to leaked text messages, medical records, and an almost confessional incident. And Kirk's entire empire is on the verge of collapsing if what I'm hearing is accurate. We shouldn't get ahead of ourselves, though. Let's go back to the beginning of this. Because this scandal didn't appear out of nowhere. Oh no, for years Kirk has been acting shadily. Jasmine, on the other hand, has been patiently waiting for the ideal